Hey guys, welcome to ClubCal Online. I'm Coach Seth. I've got Coach Katie with me today. And we're going to take you guys through a lower body mobility workout. As far as equipment goes, you guys are going to need a mat, some sort of object. We have a can of beans. You guys can use a water bottle, can of soup, whatever. And it's going to be helpful if you have some access to a wall. So once you guys are set up, you can get started. I'm going to have Katie go right on the mat here. And I'm going to have you start with some slow burpees. So you guys are just going to bring the hands down to the floor, step your feet back, go down into whatever push-up you've got, bring the feet back in, stand up, and when you get to the top, just wiggle the body out a little bit. And then keep on going. We got a minute here. Got the wiggles. Totally. You guys can freestyle when you get to the top. Side bend, back bend, twist, whatever feels good. Just saying hi to the body, seeing how we're feeling today. We're going to keep this up, guys, for a minute. We've got about 30 seconds left. Even if you don't have a push-up at home, just bend the arms a little bit, come back up. It's just going to help to warm you up. You're getting fancy. Keep it going, guys. Just stepping back, stepping in, standing up. Three, two, one. You guys can stand it up. I want you to bring your feet out into a squat stance, and you guys are going to squat down and stand up. 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfect. So not too specific on the squats. There's no weight involved. We're just going as low as you feel comfortable. As you warm up, maybe you get a little bit lower. Nice, Katie. We're doing whatever we need to do with the arms. Doesn't matter. Three, two, one. Stand it up. Bring the feet a little bit closer. And now we're just going to do alternating reverse lunge right in place. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Same thing as the squats. As you guys warm up, you get a little bit deeper. The goal is to tap the knee on the floor behind you. Nice. Katie's getting really close. And 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. I want you guys to bring your feet together. We're going to be paying a lot of attention to the ankles today. You guys are going to start with just some calf raises, as high as you can get and back down. 3, 2, 1, and go. If you guys have something nearby that you can put your feet up on, like a book or something, go for it. But otherwise, flat on the floor is totally fine. So we're trying to really warm up those calves. Are they getting warm yet? Mm-hmm. Getting there? Yeah. Let's keep it going another 15 seconds. Every time you guys get to the top, pause just for a moment. Really maximally squeeze your calves. Come on back down. 3, 2, 1, and release. At home, guys, I want you to walk your way toward a wall. Katie's going to head on over to this one. I'm going to have you guys back to wall. You're going to lean your shoulders on the wall and bring your feet about 1.5 feet away from the wall. With feet together, I'm going to have Katie put most of the weight into her heels so she can lift her feet up off the floor. Her back is mostly off the wall. It's just her shoulders that are touching. So if she lifts her feet, she's going to feel the muscles in her shin engage. We're going to do this for 45 seconds. You guys can get started at home. 3, 2, 1, and go. If you have hardwood, you're definitely going to want to put a mat on the floor. Nice. So we did calf raises. We worked the back side of the shin. Now we're working the front. When your feet come down, I don't want you to rest them too much. Just tap and come right back up. Because these muscles are pretty strong, but we want to get them really warmed up. You feeling your shins yet? Mm-hmm. Yeah. For most of us, this is not an exercise we do very often. We got 15 more seconds here. Imagine my hand is right here and you're trying to touch your toes to this spot. Really trying to pull your toes up. Again, feeling that muscle in the shin. A few more reps. 3, 2, 1, and release. I'm going to have you turn to face the wall. And you guys can either put your forearms on the wall or hands. And we're just going to step one foot back and stretch the calf. So Katie will jump in there. We're just using the wall just to push against. We'll have one foot back. We're going to hold 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and begin. To increase this stretch, you can just bring the foot farther away from the wall. To make it a little easier, come closer. The goal is just push down through the heel. You'll feel through your calf. You might even feel up into your hamstring a bit. That's normal. How you feeling? Good. Calf stretch? Yeah. And switch sides. Same thing, guys. Just switch the foot, push the heel down to the floor. The legs aren't super warm yet, so definitely manage your intensity. If you just did a run or something, you're really warmed up, maybe you push it a little harder. Up to you. Three, two, one, release that foot. We're gonna do both feet back. And now I'm just gonna have you guys pedal out the feet. Maybe even come back a little farther. About 30 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and begin. So this is just like what you do in a down dog, just paddling the feet out. Nice, Katie. And if you guys weren't able to find some wall space, you can do this in a down dog. 3, 2, 1, and release. I'm gonna have you guys come back to the mat, and I'm gonna have you grab your object. So again, Katie's got these refried black beans. Awesome. Standing right there. We're going to really fire up the muscles around the ankle and the feet with some balance work. So holding that object, whatever it is, doesn't have to be heavy. You guys are gonna start balancing on one foot. Doesn't matter which. 3, 2, 1, and balance. If this is going well, the next progression is just to slowly start to move that object outside of your base of support, your center of balance, moving it side to side. Move it slowly so that you feel your foot and your ankle, your knee, your hip adjust to find balance. If that's easy, start to follow the object with your eyes. See how Katie's doing? Nice. If you're still nailing it, you guys can turn your head with your gaze side to side. As soon as you turn your head, this is going to get a lot tougher. Nice, Katie. We're trying to keep that other foot off the ground this whole time. You can regress at any time. Go to an easier version. Things should be starting to burn by now. We're almost to a minute. Nice, Katie. 3, 2, 1. Set that foot down. Shake it out a little bit. Good work. It's totally okay to fall over. That's real. All right. We're going to switch to the other foot. Same thing, guys. I want you to start with the simplest version and then move up to more difficult. 3, 2, 1, and go. One more note, that other leg, I don't want you to touch your foot to your leg. That's a little more stable. Keep that foot out. Doesn't matter where, just floating in space. Also, if your shoulders start to get tired, you don't have to keep the weight way up high. Just move it. Nothing too specific. Maybe you guys are still just holding that object. You haven't moved the hands at all. That's okay too. Nice, Katie. You gonna try to move the head too on this side? Much, much harder. I won't have you guys close your eyes, but that's another way to make this harder. But you guys should definitely be feeling all the muscles in your feet, ankles, lower legs. That stuff should be really warm. Turning fire. 3, 2, 1, and release. You guys set that object aside. Yep, C-beams. And now we're going back to our mat. I'm going to have Katie stand here. I'll have you face that way. And in this one, it's useful, maybe you go back to the wall, hold on to something, or maybe if you have a broomstick, you just don't want to tip over. I'm going to help support Katie. We're going to focus on the right leg first. So she's going to balance on this left leg. We just worked our balance. She's going to turn her right leg inward by turning her toes toward her other foot. You can start that right now. And I'm going to stand here so she can put her hand on my shoulder if she needs to. She's going to lift her leg up to the outside and back down for lifts. We're trying to target this muscle right on the outer glute med right here. So go ahead and do a heel lift up to the side. Yep, and so you guys might tip over as well, so I'll have you put your hand right on my shoulder. Exactly. You guys can start. 3, 2, 1, and go. We're going to do this for a minute. Again, the focus here is not balance, so I don't want you guys to try to balance in the middle of the room. Hold on to something, a chair, a wall, a stool, whatever. Now this outer hip should be lighting up. You guys should definitely be feeling that. Yep, keep turning that toe in. I'm going to put my arm out for you. Is that starting to light up, that outer hip?
Both legs.
Yes, the stabilizing leg is working as well, for sure. You guys have 15 seconds more. It's not about how high you can lift your leg, it's about that contraction you can get right in your side glute. Just keep turning that foot in. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. So let's do it on the other side. Same thing, guys, balance on the right leg, turn that other, it's not just the foot, it's turning from the hip. That whole leg rotates. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice, Katie. We're trying not to lean over. Katie's doing a great job of staying upright, nice and straight. When you guys get to the top, hold it just for a moment. Don't come right down right away. Just a tiny pause will go a long ways. So now is the right leg really on fire from stabilizing? Yep. Yeah, you're going to feel that on both sides. 15 seconds to go. Good reps, guys. Big squeeze. Almost there. A couple more reps. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake those legs out. Again, if you guys were to point to what's burning, it should be right here, right on your side glutes. Is that where you're feeling it?
Yeah.
Awesome. These muscles are really important for pelvic stability. Okay, we're going to get into some extra work. I know this has all been work. I'm going to have Katie set up in a lunge position right here on her mat. We're going to do a deep split squat / lunge. So very specifically, watch this first. I'm going to have Katie drop down into a lunge, but she's going to keep her chest up. Her back leg as straight as she can get it. Katie's back leg is perfectly straight. And I'm going to have you push your knee as far forward as you're able to without any pain. And then you're going to come back up. So if Katie shows one more rep, she's going to take her hands off her leg. She comes down, again, knee goes forward, chest stays up, back leg straight, and she can return. We're going to do this for a minute. We're going to get nice and warm. You guys at home can start in 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. Awesome, Katie. It's not about reps, it's just about really good range of motion, especially at the bottom. This could easily be in a strength class, but I want you guys to focus on back leg straight, front knee forward, chest up. So you're going to be stretching your front ankle, front calf, and you'll be stretching the front of the back leg, your hip flexor, your quad. Hanging in there? Yeah. This is not easy. A whole minute of this is going to warm you up. If you find yourself tipping over, your feet are probably right in line with each other. Separate them a little bit. That'll help. Katie's a gymnast. She is used to balancing on a beam, so she's pretty close. Awesome, Katie. You'll also notice she's keeping her front heel down. I want you guys to strive for that as well. 3, 2, 1, and release. Booty? What? Plus, you guys already feel the side booty, the side glutes, so you'll feel that stability. Let's do it, guys. Other side, same thing. Set it up. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice, Katie. So we're focusing on those 3 things again. Back leg straight, that quad is tight. Front knee as far forward as we can tolerate, as feels safe. And chest as upright as we can get it. In a perfect world, we could touch our glute to our heel, getting that low, really trying to get down deep. It's a lot of ankle mobility to make that happen. Nice, Katie. You guys do whatever you need to do with the arms to stay balanced. Right out to the side is fine. We're trying not to put it on the leg because we want to use the legs. We're building strength at a deep range of motion, which is what mobility is all about. Nice, Katie, good save. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice, Katie. Don't feel bad if you tipped over. Totally normal. Okay, now I'm going to have Katie face this way. We're going to do some Cossack squats. Another movement we would do in a strength class, but we're going to focus on the low position. So Katie's going to bring her legs out as wide as she can get them. And now she's going to go down. We're going to do both sides, so you guys are going to alternate on this one. She's going to go down to one side. She's going to reach her arms out in front and get down as low as she can. She's going to come back up, go to the other side. You guys can start at home. 3, 2, 1, and begin. I'm going to spend a minute alternating sides. As Katie warms up, she's going to try to get her butt to the floor. That's the goal. Nice, Katie. And so your goal at home is the same idea. I want you to get as low as you can for your anatomy. Nice. Now you guys can try what Katie just did. She actually got her butt to touch the floor, and she just used a hand to get back up. To get low, you're going to have to reach your hands forward. You're going to have to let your torso go forward. Totally normal. We're almost there. We got 10 more seconds alternating. Nice, Katie. 3, 2, 1, and release. Stand it up, shake those legs out. How you feeling?
Good.
We get to do that one more time.
Super.
Super. She's going to be really warm. All right, guys, we're not going to take a whole lot of break. We're going to go right to it. So back to that first movement. We're going into that lunge position. Start with whatever leg you started forward with last time, since it got more rest. Let's do it, guys. 3, 2, 1, and split squat. Nice job. When I'm doing this, I have to constantly remind myself to keep my back leg straight. I always think it's straight, and then I see it in footage, and it is not straight. So you guys do the best you can. And the stuff that you're doing on that front ankle is super useful for hiking, for any kind of activity, squatting. This ankle mobility is really useful. We've got 20 more seconds. Nice. Staying balanced, really paying attention to that bottom position. Katie's spending a little bit of time down there. She's got graceful arm swings. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Legs burning yet?
Yes.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. You guys might need to shed a layer. All right, guys, we're switching legs. Again, 1 more minute. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice, Katie. Checking in on those 3 cues. Chest up, knee forward, back leg straight. This is even a way to work towards your front split. If you can imagine, it's very similar. It's just that front leg is bent instead of straight out in front of you. Nice, Katie. As the legs get fatigued, you might get a little wobbly. Hang in there. Keep the arms out for balance. You've got 10 seconds to go. Hang in there. Nice, Katie. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake those legs out again. We've got 1 more set of Cossacks. Ready for more Cossacks? All right. Set it up. Bring those legs out into a straddle. 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Alternating sides. No matter where you guys are at, you can still do this. Even if you're only able to get into a high position, that's okay. That's still useful for where you're at. Over time, the more times you do this, you'll get lower and lower. Nice, Katie. And we're trying to keep both heels in contact with the floor. It might pop up when you first try this. Just keep working at it. 15 seconds. You should be really warm by now. She's feeling it. 3, 2, 1, and release.
So warm.
Good job. All right, guys, shake those legs out. We're going to go into another superset. We're going to do a couple rounds, and then we'll finish with something a little more stretch-like. So we're going to do some cross-legged squats. So I'm going to have Katie set up facing me right here. A lot of us are going to need to use something to hold on to. My favorite way to do this is with a door frame. So I'll show you guys first. Katie's going to cross her legs. She's going to reach in front of her with her arms, and she's going to squat down. She's going to try to touch the floor, and then she's going to come back up.
Oh, legs are tired.
Legs are tired. Now, this is really tough, and you guys might find, this might be a really scary movement. So I want you guys to stay supported. Imagine there's a door frame right here in front of Katie. She can reach her hands forward, and I'm going to pretend to be the edges of the door. And you can hold on to the door frame. You can slide your hands up and down the door frame. That's my favorite way to do this assisted. So if you guys have never done this before, you're nervous at all, please go to a door frame. We're going to spend 1 minute here with this side and another minute with our legs in the other orientation. So you guys can set yourselves up. 3, 2, 1. Do you want a door frame?
Sure.
And begin. We've got 1 minute here. It's not about reps, it's not about speed. I want you guys just to listen to your body and use as much assistance as you need. Maybe you don't even get to the floor. That's okay. Maybe you're doing a half distance with your rep. That's okay. This is a very useful move as long as you can handle it. Nice, Katie. We got 15 seconds left. Our goal is to actually get onto the sides of our feet, onto the blade side, pinky side of our feet, because this is good for the ankles as well. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake those legs out. Again, I said try to find something that's right for you. If you guys know you have some knee stuff, be really conservative with this. Just go halfway, stay assisted. Let's switch our feet the other way. Try to match the same assistance. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice, Katie. Legs shaking a little bit?
A little bit.
You can slow down a little if you want. Take a little break at the top and the bottom. Hang in there, guys. Again, it's not about how many reps you can do. Even if you just do 5 quality reps during this time, that's okay. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Katie's legs are shaking a little bit. You guys are probably feeling this too. Shake them out. All right, so we're going to pair that with a wall squat. So I want you guys to move towards your wall. Katie will show us first. This is going to involve the upper body a little bit more than the rest of the stuff. Katie's going to bring her arms up overhead. She's going to find a squat stance. She's going to get close to the wall. And now she's going to squat down, trying not to touch the wall. So she's pulling her arms back. So you guys are definitely going to feel upper, mid, back, rear shoulders. Nice. And she's just following good squat patterns. So she's pushing her knees out a little bit. They're going right over her toes. I want you guys to try this out. Closer to the wall is more difficult. Farther away from the wall is easier. We've got almost a minute, about 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Nice, Katie. Just like those other movements we've been doing today, I want you to pay attention to the bottom position. We're really trying to work the ankles, push the knees forward, get as low as you can comfortably get. It requires a lot of total body mobility to do an overhead squat, which is what we're doing right now. If you guys have something with your shoulders, it's okay not to put them overhead. Cross them, put them somewhere else. We got 10 seconds left. Hanging in there? Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 1, and release. You guys are almost there. Poor Katie, shaking legs. All right, come on back to the mat, guys. We have one more set of each of those, and then things are going to get a little bit easier. All right, so twisting squats. So you guys are going back to your door frame or whatever you can hold on to support if you need to. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Another tip, I'm pretty tall. Something that makes this easier for me is to separate my feet away from each other. That especially helps me to get back up from the bottom position. Nice, Katie. Feel free to take some breaks, top or bottom. And very important, I want you guys to stay in control. Make sure that we're not falling to the ground. 3, 2, 1, and release. Smart. All right, we're switching our feet. We are almost there. Again, stay in control. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice, Katie. Trying to keep our form toward the end here, guys. Stay on the outside blades of your feet. Smooth all the way down, all the way up. We're almost there. One more rep. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job. What do you feel at the most?
Yeah.
Quads?
Yes.
Cool. All right, guys, we're going back to the wall. If you do not have a wall, you can accomplish this just by pretending there's a wall there. just pulling your arms back. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Arms overhead, and we squat. Cracky, cracky. Paying special attention to the bottom of this position, getting as low as you safely can. Pulling those arms back the whole time. This is a good opportunity to work on your overhead position for a handstand. So straightening the arms, pulling them back behind the ears. You can even shrug up, just like a handstand. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We're almost there, guys. Bring it back to the mat. And now we're gonna just chill for a second. We're gonna go down to the mat in a frog position. Nice. So Katie's gonna bring the knees out. If you guys are on a really hard surface, something I like to do is fold the mat up and just put a little bit extra cushion under each knee. I'm gonna do that for Katie right now, even though our floor is pretty soft. Nice. And Katie's just relaxing down onto her forearms. If you guys are up higher, you might have your hands a little bit higher, but you can still try to get down to here. It's a little easier if you can. And her hips are right in line with her knees from front to back. We're just gonna chill here for a little bit. So we just did a ton of work. Now we get to just rest, stretch for a moment. But don't worry, the work's not done. How does this position feel?
Good.
It's okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're nearly there. We're gonna start a little bit of work. First, stay in that stretch, but take a look at the screen. What I'm gonna ask Katie to do is, focusing on her right leg, I'm gonna have her lift her foot off the floor by internally rotating her femur, her upper leg bone.
Just one at a time?
Just one at a time. So here she goes, she lifts. And what I'm gonna ask her to do is keep her torso super stable. Try not to tilt her pelvis from where it is. She's just rotating, again, just this upper leg bone. And she's just gonna go for about 15, we'll go 20 seconds here. Go for it. You guys can join at home. We lift and we set it back down. So for a lot of us, this is a novel experience. It's internal rotation of your femur in your hip socket. You might get a cramp. That's okay. If you do, just come out of it for a second and then return. 3, 2, 1. Set that right foot down, move to the left one, and try that again. Again, we're keeping everything stable. We're just moving that upper leg bone. How's that feel?
So it's a little twingy, but it's okay.
No twingy. Feel free to not lift very high, and definitely keep your low back super stable so that the tailbone doesn't move at all. So guys, you may not be able to lift your foot off the floor. It might just get a little lighter. That's okay. Do whatever you can do. 3, 2, 1. Release, bring the feet down, stay in that stretch, and now I'm gonna ask Katie just to rock back toward her heels lightly, and then move forward lightly. So now we're just stretching this frog stretch. Katie has a tailbone injury, so we're managing that. If you guys have something that's a little tweaky, please, please, please don't move into pain. If it hurts, stay out of that zone. And you can do that by just coming back up out of that stretch a little bit. You can hang out here for another 10 seconds, still just rocking forward and back. 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming out of this position. We've been down here for a little while. Cool. Made it okay? Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to have Katie go into a low kneeling position. I'll have you face this way, just like this. Just going to do a psoas stretch. Same idea as before. You guys can bundle up your mat. Do you want a little more under your knee? Okay. Bundle up your mat even a couple times just to pad that back knee. I'm gonna have her stay right here. I want you guys to stand up really straight. I want you to look at your glute of your back leg, and I want you to squeeze it. For a lot of us, me included, all I have to do is squeeze this rear glute, and immediately I feel a stretch in my quad and my hip flexors right here. If you're one of those, stay where you're at. If you don't feel it yet, slowly shift your hips forward while squeezing your rear glute, and you should be able to find that stretch. Katie has a full front split. Might take her a little longer to get there. How you doing? Find the stretch? Cool. Even with a full front split, she still doesn't have to go super far. Again, the key is squeezing that rear glute. Tilting the pelvis a little bit backward will increase that stretch as well. We're gonna hang out here another 30 seconds. Feel good? Cool. What's that?
It's very nice.
It's very nice, good. It's hard to keep that glute engaged this whole time, guys. Your mind's gonna wander, and then, oh yeah, I've gotta squeeze my glute again. That's normal. Just keep squeezing it when you think of it. 3, 2, 1, and we're switching legs. Three, two, one, and hold. Same idea, guys. We're thinking of that rear glute, the glute on the rear leg, and a squeeze. Chest stays up. Katie's got her arms on her front leg. That totally works. You can hold on to something nearby. Doesn't matter. Now we're active in the back of the leg. That should allow the front of the leg to relax. And so you're thinking mostly relax with a little bit of engagement. We have 15 seconds left. This is way better than doing split squats, right? 3, 2, 1, and release. We have one final stretch. I'm gonna have Katie bring that, unfold her mat, and I'm gonna have her drop into a pigeon stretch. She's gonna bring one leg underneath her. Yeah, just like this. Yeah. All right, guys, so Katie's just bringing one leg up, trying to bring it parallel to the mat, and she's laying down on top of it. You guys can join at home. I'm starting the timer now. Cool. The farther she brings her foot up toward the front of her mat, the more intense the stretch is gonna get. I'm not gonna get too specific today. I just want you guys to find whatever version of this feels good to you. Feels like a good stretch. You can stay up high if you're having trouble getting down there, or you can lay your forearms on the floor. Again, whatever feels good for you today. And this is a great one just to breathe into. Every time you breathe, you can just sink down into that leg, and you're just feeling a really good stretch through your glute, through your hip. Feel good? Mm-hmm. It's my favorite one to end with, because you can just relax. Three, 2, 1, and slowly switching legs. Same idea, 3, 2, 1, and stretch. Last minute of class right here. What was the toughest part?
I think probably the lunge.
The lunge,
yeah.
that split squat for a whole minute. Yeah, quads on fire.
Yeah.
Keep relaxing, guys. We got 30 seconds left. Again, every time you breathe out, just relax. Sink down into it. And if you lose the stretch, just bring that foot a little farther up. Final 15. And 3, 2, 1, and you guys can release out of that. Nice job, Katie. Boom. Good job at home, guys. That is it for today. I'll see you guys next time.